11 o'clock update on Hurricane Michael shows that it has formed a nice little eye right here. Maybe not nice in terms of what damage it could possibly do to Florida, but it is still 1 mile per hour short of being a Category 3 hurricane. It begins at 111, still at just 110. However, it is forecast to become a Category 3 hurricane later on today, maybe as early as 2 o'clock this afternoon, because we're just so close to becoming a Category 3. We'll become a Category 4 by Saturday evening with winds of about 130 miles per hour, and then we'll make its way towards Florida. Florida, you're likely in line to get hit by this. It's kind of a matter of where. Will it be as far north, closer to Jacksonville, or as far south as Miami? After that, it'll begin to take a northeastern turn, and it kind of depends on just how fast it makes this turns and what kind of impacts we'll see on Georgia. If it makes this turn faster, just coastal Georgia gets the worst of it. But then if it makes that turn slower, more of southwestern and southeastern Georgia may see the rain and the wind. The bad news is it's going to be moving very, very slowly. It could really cut a couple of feet of rainfall by the time it's all said and done along the peninsula of Florida and then up into coastal Georgia. And on top of that, the storm surge, the wind physically pushing the water on top of the shore. And that is not good news for coastal Georgia. It is already a very low-lying area. We'll start to see these tropical storm and hurricane and flood watches begin to get issued for the peninsula of Florida. Right now, hurricane watch is in effect for the Bahamas. Now, as far as arrival time for winds, these have been pushed back because of the slow movement of the storm. For the peninsula, Fort Pierce, Jacksonville, Orlando, they may begin to arrive. 39 mile per hour winds begin to arrive on Sunday afternoon. After that, it starts to push in and then push up to the northeast. For Brunswick, Valdosta, Savannah, you may find these winds Tuesday morning, but really after Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is when the brunt of the storm may begin to impact southeastern Georgia and then maybe kind of going up into the Carolinas. But this little turn right here, we don't know if it's going to turn over southwest Georgia or over southeast Georgia. That is really one of the biggest questions in this forecast. Wave heights, this is what we talk about with storm surge, the wind physically pushing these waves onshore. Like I said, Tybee Island, Savannah, they're already very low-lying areas relative to the sea, so it's going to be pretty easy to flood these areas. Now let's talk about Atlanta impacts. We're hardly going to see any rainfall. Now, the only thing that really may get impacts from this is in terms of the winds. Turning a little bit breezy by Wednesday afternoon, maybe gusts up to 20 miles per hour. As we get into Thursday, we'll find gusts maybe up to 30 miles per hour. And then Thursday and into Friday, especially into the afternoon, starts to turn even nastier. Maybe some gusts up to 35 or 40 miles per hour. The closer you are to the storm, the windier it will get. We'll continue to update you about every 3 hours online. And then, of course, 11 Live News will have all the information you need to know.